Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans, welcome to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. And Coach, congratulations on a 31-7 victory. Just impressive is all I can say.
Yeah, it was a good win for us, Dave.
Yes.
Obviously, it was a long trip. The trip went, as planned. There was no hiccups whatsoever with the trip, and we made about 3 stops, and I thought the kids handled it very well, and went out on the field and took care of business because I thought our kids played extremely well for most part of the game.
Yes, I know we didn't score as many points as we wanted to in the first half, but when you go back and look at the game, outside of one offensive play, it was a dominating performance by the pound and shoot offense, by the black shirt defense.
Well, our defense is playing extremely well, and we knew going in that Liberty County didn't like to throw the football, and that fell right into our hands.
Yes.
And we were really aggressive on defense, and other than the long touchdown run / pass they had,
right.
It was a dominating performance by our defense. I thought we ran to the ball well. We were physical. We changed we won the line of scrimmage on both
Yes.
sides of the ball. It was
Yes.
it was a nice game by our kids.
You won special teams. You won the kicking game. You won the defensive side and the offensive side. So, yeah, it was a dominating performance. This is a team that had come in during their 7-game winning streak, which, by the way, you have a 10-game winning streak now. You just shut them down. This is a team that was scoring 42 points a game during their 7-game winning streak. And their running back had 1,800 yards of rushing. You limited them to, I think you had 2 first downs in the second half by their offense.
Yeah, you looked at all the tape that we had on them. They're very, very fast, and you saw that on the long touchdown run. And other than that, we didn't let them show their speed very much. We got them before they got going, and our defense was very, very physical. We made open field tackles when we needed to make them. Our tackling was much better this week than
Yes.
it was last week. Our kids were focused and ready to play, and offensively, Liberty is a very, very good defense, especially up front. They played 5 in the box most of the night.
Yes, they did.
And it was hard to run on them, even in 5 in the box. But we picked our times to run it, and I thought we ran it well most of the game. But we knew we were going to throw the football to win, and Gavin did a really good job.
We had a newspaper reporter that was from that area asked Coach after the game, do you always throw that many bubble screen teams or bubble screen passes? And your response was?
Yes, we do. We probably don't throw it as many times as that, but it's what they were giving us. They're going. We like our perimeter game, and they didn't take it away, so we had to take advantage of it.
Fans listening on the radio, I think they think our bubble screen now is a play called extended handoff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just a fast screen is all it is.
Yeah.
We're throwing it out there and trying to get 5 yards.
Yeah, outstanding performance by the guys. When you go in there and dominate a team like that, it's a gratifying feeling. You tackled better. A lot of the things you worked on in practice worked out well during the game.
Yeah, we were solid. After watching the tape, we still can play a little better in some spots, but the majority of the game, I thought our kids were really good.
I think we're peaking at the right time. About the only thing we couldn't do, and where their speed really showed up, was you couldn't bounce a running play. They were very quick laterally, but outside of that, we did everything well.
Yeah, they were fast laterally, like you said, and their defensive front was really good.
Yes, it was really good.
We had to hit them north and south in the running game, and we did that a few times. And we lost Zach early, and John Kell stepped in, and he hadn't run the ball much all year long, and he stepped in there and played well.
And Bailey wasn't feeling real good to begin the game.
Yeah, Bailey had a long trip. I really feel sorry for him. There's nothing worse than being sick and you're on the back of a bus. Ain't a whole lot you can do about it. Nowhere to go, and he didn't eat anything all day. He was really, really sick, and he didn't play much at all, and he's still limping a little bit with that ankle. So hopefully he's had a good weekend. He'll be ready to go next week.
Exactly. We're going to take a pause, and we're going to come back and look at the first half highlights of this Elite 8 victory. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. We're in Hinesville, Georgia, right near Fort Stewart. Liberty County High School, and you had heard that it was a nice facility, and it was a nice facility. It is a nice facility.
It is a great stadium.
Yes.
And it really is. And the only negative is the locker room is really, really small. So
Yeah, it was.
didn't know it was that small, but that was the only negative. But it was a great stadium. Turf was good.
Yeah, turf was good. I turned around to see guys being taped sitting on top of garbage cans because it was so small. Captains for tonight's game are?
You got Porter Law, number 1, Zeke Nance, C.J. Fuller, and J.C. Fuller.
You'll never have to apologize for your white uniforms, Coach. Their numbers were gold with an aluminum foil, silver color inside the gold.
Yeah, I told you you'd have a hard time.
Oh, Coach, it was just unbelievable. Wonderful run-through sign, Thanksgiving recipe for Yellow Jacket football, a generous cup of blessings, a handful of memories, a good helping of first downs and touchdowns, and it was a prophetic sign.
Yeah, it was. Cheerleaders, they making that trip to that 5 hour, and then we had some band members make the trip on the school bus for 5 hours, and the fans were awesome. It was a great, great showing of Calhoun support.
We had a big turnout. Ken and I got there about 4:30, and we had a bunch of fans waiting to get in. Caused a little angst amongst the deputy sheriffs down there, but they got used to us. Game begins with line drive kick down the left sideline at about the 6-yard line, and up comes Braylon Barton, and they covered that pretty well.
Yeah, we got to do a better job on the kickoff return. With something we got to work on this week.
But that's where their athleticism and speed shows up. 2 receivers left, 2 right, and first thing we do is draw them off sides, and they were anxious. Nice voice inflection.
Yeah, we knew that going in. They had done that several times against a lot of people, so we thought we'd get them more than once, but they were kind of disciplined after that.
Down and out here on the left-hand side, and folks, you're going to see number 12, Nate Bonner, catch a lot of passes.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the way he played. We finally got him some balls, and he made every catch. He made some third down conversion catches, and really pleased with the way he played. And he blocked on the perimeter very well.
Again, constantly. That's what you were trying to do, get him some balls. Out to Brandon Spector. Watch his hit. Ooh! And watch a young man get up, and he's got a sore shoulder and belly. Look at him rubbing that left shoulder.
Yeah, they were physical, but I thought our kids were very physical as well.
I thought the offensive line, the Mac Daddies, your assistant coach, the Big Mac, was really pumped after the game.
Got about 4 yards on the inside run there, which is good against that front because, they got one, you can't see his number, but number 9, he's going to Georgia. He's committed to Georgia and got a defensive end. Number 5 has been recruited by a lot of people. Got a really good corner, number 2, that we tried to stay away from, but I thought our kids did a good job.
Pull the right guard, and Zach runs into a bit of a wall there, but that's not the big hit that gets him.
No, it's coming up soon.
It's coming up soon. So right now we're running the ball well. This is our opening drive. We took over at our 19-yard line, and we're doing a nice job here.
This is a good job on third down right here, throwing the crossing route to Davis Allen. Good job by Gavin stepping in the pocket. Good catch by Davis.
Gavin was 31 of 38 for about 300 yards. Did a good job of checking down, which means the Mac Daddies were giving him time. Nate Bonner in motion to the right-hand side to make it trips. We roll to the right, hit the release valve. Nice hard run. Yeah.
Another first down by Nate and Gavin. Good job, Gavin, finding a check down route.
You've been wanting to get Nate some catches because he blocks the doggone well. Out to Brandon again, and the quickness shows up, but we do get positive yards out of it.
Yes, 3 yards. We'd like to get a couple more, but we'll take 3.
Every day of the week.
This is the big hit on Zach. We got the sweep called and got too much penetration, and they're really physical in the back end, and I really thought Zach was hurt really bad. I thought his knee was hurt, but come to find out it was a concussion.
So we steal his helmet, and he paces the sidelines like a caged lion.
We come back and run the same play with a little play action and hit Zeke.
His second touchdown reception of the season, 28th at this point in time for Gavin Gray. Yeah, big dog. Get him in a hunt.
That was a good drive by our offense, setting the tone.
4 minutes and 3 seconds, 11 plays, 81 yards. That's a good drive. We got another long drive coming up in the game, too. Yeah, I know your thoughts are already moving to the Cedar Grove game, but this is a nice game to watch.
Yeah, it is. Elmer was excellent all night long. He had a big field goal, and he kicked off well too.
Exactly. Yeah, He was 4 for 4 on extra points and 1 for 1 on field goals. He's 10 for 11 on field goals for the season. He is 42 for 45 on extra points. Nice line drive kickoff.
Yeah, that was Eduardo kicking it and didn't kick
Yes.
it like he wanted to, but he seems to slip on grass a lot. You know, we're not used to kicking off grass. Well, he kicks off grass a lot on the track field. So.
On the track field, but you know, to hit in his behalf, it was a wet night.
Yeah, it was. But the field was a lot better than I thought it was. You know, we're pulling up down there. There's a lot of puddles. And I said, oh, no, this field's going to be muddy. But it was in good shape.
It was dry. I touched the bleacher railings a couple of times coming out after the game was over. Hand just slid down because it was almost like it had rained. There was that much dew in the air. Nice job getting forcing tackles, forcing the runner not to slow down. They're used to running that and having a clear lane.
Good job by Davis Allen making him run the bubble there, and everybody else swarms to the ball.
Well, they hold on to this
This
RPO,
is a good
don't
tackle right there by Brandon.
We have several good tackles in this game. Brandon Spector, the best open field tackler in the state.
Those guys hadn't seen a free safety like Brandon.
No.
I can guarantee when he saw the edge, he probably thought he was going to run for about 10 to 12. So we're forcing a punt.
And that was a unique snap.
Yeah, we knew they weren't a very good punt team. And we tried to go get it a few times, but they had faked a couple of punts, so we were on alert.
Cautious. Yeah. So Braylon downs the ball at the 25-yard line. He'll do that in a couple situations. I liked what he did there because he immediately went down. That stopped probably another 5-10 yard deficit roll.
Yeah, Braylon does a good job out there, and sometimes he should just back off of it, but sometimes he does a good job.
Out to Tyler Putnam, and folks, that's a 6-yard gain.
We'll take it.
Yep. 5.5, if you want to be technical. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Gavin rolls to the left, and he finds number 12, Nate Bonner.
Good job on the out route right there, and I think that's the first down.
1st and 10 Jackets.
And Nate's already got 3 catches.
Yes. He just watching folks, he just blocks like crazy, and then he caught a bunch of balls tonight.
That's great pass pro right there, and a good job by Gavin finding the check down.
You haven't taken his helmet yet.
No, we take it after this play. That's a 285-pounder right there running him down on the backside, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they're real good up front. And like you said, they got 5 and 6 guys in the box the whole time.
Yeah, I thought they missed a face mask there.
Oh, they did miss a face mask. We were hooting and hollering like you were on the sidelines. Yep. You should have seen the fans, too. 2 receivers left, 2 right.
Great pass pro right there, and we just got to keep working back to the ball there with Luke. Yeah. But third and, I want to say this is 3rd and long. Yeah, 3rd and 9.
Yes. Yeah, it was a big stadium, could hold a lot of people. Fortunately, we brought a lot, and fortunately, they didn't bring that many.
Yeah, I was disappointed in their crowd.
Same here. I was very happy with our crowd
because
we were loud.
They run the screen. They were expecting it.
Yeah.
We had a no-back screen there, and they played it.
It brings up a punting situation. In fact, they even made an announcement during the game that they would really appreciate it when you're cheering if you'd stay seated. So that brought out the cowbells even more. Yep. It was a hoot. He let that ball slide through his hands. It got close to his belly. I said, get rid of that because they're coming. But it turns out to be a 28-yard punt with 2:49 left in the first quarter. We have a 7-0 lead.
Here's the only bad play we had all night. We first of all, they tackled Brandon.
Yes, they did.
And we take poor angles on the backside. I'm sure Coach will get that squared away, but the only poor defensive play we made all night.
It results in a 74-yard touchdown. So they answer in one play. And they're going to tie this ball game up. But the guys react to that well on the sideline, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it showed their speed, and we had some bad angles, and the referee missed a call. But, it's playoff football. They're good too, and they're going to get some seams, and they got one there and took advantage of their speed.
At the 16-yard line and up the left sideline we go, bounce it outside, and Braylon then steps out of bounds. Yeah, and the deeper we get into playoffs, less penalties called, faster games.
Yes.
Diamond cluster of wide receivers on the right-hand side.
We got what we want right here. We got one-on-one with Brandon up top. against their good corner, and I really thought he got interfered with here.
Gavin drops straight back, setting up the screen on the right. We go down there, and he got knocked to the ground, but there's no flag.
Yeah, number 2, he liked to talk a lot, that's for sure. It didn't matter, coaches, players, managers, it didn't matter.
No, he talked the whole game. Yeah, I would imagine he had a couple words of wisdom for you. Little crossing pattern, I like this. We took advantage of the middle of the field in their defense.
Yep, if Luke just keeps running right there, he gets a few more yards, but good job. Gavin's just got to step in there and make the throw. He threw off his back foot, and he really didn't need to.
Now we have John Calhoun at running back, and this is going to be his running offensive part of the game for the rest of the game. We do a little scramble. They get us for a sack. Like you said, this defensive front is good.
That was a good job by Gavin not forcing that ball because they played that route pretty good.
Ben came out of the game, but he'll be all right. He was back in the game.
Yeah, Ben's fine, yeah.
Nice snap from Zane McCracken. Aaron gets off a really good punt. Nice hang time. The nose turns, and it takes a Calhoun roll.
Yep.
Good coverage downfield. That was a 40-yard punt. So they set up shop with 1:39 left in the first quarter. It was a quick offensive set for us.
It was. That's our second 3 and out.
Yep. But there's, look at the black shirts. Yeah, look at him. Call him Baggett in on the hit there. Davis Allen.
You know, Bailey didn't play a whole lot the other night, so Colin and Eric McKnight stepped in for him, and they did a good job.
Yeah, you saw Collins step up there and take on the lead blocker, and that allows Bryce Craig and Zeke Nance and Davis Allen come down and finish it off. Yeah, I don't think they've been hit like this all year.
No, I don't think they thought we were really quick, and we were really quick up front.
Yes.
I thought our defensive line will lose contain there, and kid gets a first down here, big first down, so we can't lose contain there by Zeke.
He felt Zeke breathing down his neck. So the first quarter comes to close, 7-7 ball game. They take over at their own 44-yard line. To start the second quarter, the drive continues. And this is the kid right here, folks. Got 1,800 yards rushing. He's a good running back. He's hard to bring down.
That's about the only positive play they had there. You know, we had him in the backfield.
And they started substituting for him later in the game, second half.
See, he's used to getting a lot of yards on that play right there, but when you got a free safety like Brandon coming up and making a solo tackle.
Well, they use that number 34, and they start alternating with number 8 and letting him, 34, run the ball. And they hold on to that play fake for
Yes, they do.
Todd and I were talking in the booth. Once we started getting some pressure on the mesh, on the exchange point, we saw some bad things happen for them. Good things for us. But they're good size on that offensive line. Look at what, did you just see what Zeke did to that big right tackle?
Good job on, like you said, attacking the mesh, and the ball's loose, and big turnover.
Hey, got a stat filler for Mr. Fuller, CJ.
Yep.
Yeah, he gets the fumble recovery.
Throw it out here for Braylon, and we get a couple of yards, about 3.
He starts running this a little bit better. That's Nate Bonner down there blocking, folks. He's catching passes, he's blocking, he's covering kicks. He's everywhere. Motion to trips on the right. And
ball slips out of his hand.
And that could be the dew in the air. I'm serious, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
It was wet down there. Well, you know.
Yep.
31 for 38. He's allowed one mistake.
Yeah, we'll give him that.
Yeah. Throw the ball down the field, and this was a good job by Nate to allow the DB not to get back. It was 4th down. They declined the pass interference against us.
Yeah, that's our third 3 and out right there, and you know we're struggling a little bit offensively, but they're good on defense, and you know we start finding our rhythm here the next series, or maybe even later, first drive in the second half.
Well, we find it particularly at the end of the first half. Our first drive of the second half is just marvelous. But not a real long punt. They take over in good field position. And Braylon had one, didn't he?
Yep.
He ran a nice route.
Yeah, he did.
Quarterback hit him well.
He'd like to have that one back.
Yes, he would. All right. This series started with 8:42 left in the first half. It's still a 7-7 ball game. Wow, we're hitting, Coach.
That's great defense right there.
And that was a partial slobber knocker by Bailey Lester, and he's not feeling very good. But he's playing.
Another third down tackle right here to keep them from a first down by Brennan.
Nobody does it better in the open field, Coach. Sets up a punting situation. They got down to our 49-yard line. We're thinking about blocking these punts, but like you said, you're afraid of their speed.
Yep.
Going to be a 30-yard punt. That's a nice job of going up and getting that fair catch by Braylon. I thought he got cheated out of a yard, but we take over at the 21.
We got to get something going here.
7:02 left.
Yep. Got a little motion by Davis in, run the sweep, and really it's not a whole lot there, but John Kell gets about 4 yards out of it.
Yes, he does.
3 or 4.
Give him 4. They spotted the 25, make it 2nd and 6.
So Ben's got to come out of the game because his helmet came off, and Matthew Tutelamondo's in there at center. He does a good job filling in.
Yes, he does.
Like to have this one back.
Tyler Putnam had some brown, used to be green turf in front of him.
Great third down conversion right here.
Yes, it is.
Gavin steps in the pocket, makes a great throw to an even better catch by Brandon for a first down.
Because number 1 was all over him. He
Yep.
got hit as soon as he caught the ball. 1st and 10 for the Jackets from our 44.
We've got to flip the field here. I mean, we're trying to get better. And again, you keep throwing that out there, and we're going to take it all night long because we got 6 yards, 5 or 6 yards there.
Yeah.
And throw it again, and great blocking, and there's a first down.
First down. And they never adjusted to this the entire night, much to our delight. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Yeah, this is the beginning of where we start getting a handle on their defense. But, technically, I know they got 5 in the box, but with the outside linebackers as quick as they are, it's like 7 in a box.
Yep, it is.
Because they're really playing to run. Gavin rolls to the left, brought down after a short gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and about 4, I think.
From the 38. Gavin drops straight back.
This is one he'd like to have back.
Yeah. Well,
Threw in the double coverage there.
he was looking for Luke. He thought about it, and then when he released it the second time, they do get the pick. That's our only turnover of the game. But we did flip the field a little bit.
Yes, we did.
But the biggest thing I got out of that was the momentum we started establishing offensively. So let's turn over to the black shirts. There
Play
you
by
go.
Tripp there on the edge.
Tripp had a better game.
Yes, he did. He played much better.
He's getting older, later in the season, making some good decisions. They're just, this number 8 is not used to being surrounded like this, Coach. I mean, he had 1,800 yards rushing coming in, 19 touchdowns. He had 16 catches, and 4 of those went for touchdowns.
Wow.
He's used to a lot of production, and they scored 7 points.
So it's another 3rd and long.
And they're taking a long time getting this play called in. But folks, you look at the size of this line. They've got some big boys, and this kid that comes out and plays right tackle across from Zeke, that's a nice-sized kid.
They don't like to be in 3rd and long situations because, their strength is not throwing the football. They like to run it down your throat, and we're stopping them, and they don't know what to go to, really.
Getting good push up front. Quarterback scrambles. And
Good tackle by Eric McKnight. Very good.
Yeah, good open field tackle by number 15, Eric. Brings up a punting situation. We kept him in front of us.
Yes, we did.
Now, we're going to put a little heat on this guy. We're threatening to come in and block it. He sees this. They're calling out their blocking assignments. And we stay back, and he doesn't get off a real good one.
A lot of times when you rush the punter, you don't block it, but you do force bad punts. And we've done that a lot this year.
27-yard punt, 2:14 left in the quarter, Coach. We're at our 34.
We got to get something going here. We got a really big-time play right here if we'll turn and block, the guy that makes the tackle.
Number 17.
Yep.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down. We did get 2 yards on that, so 2nd and 8. Gavin rolls to the right, pumps. It's going to scramble. And right now, this is not looking like what we want to do, is it?
No, we're searching a little bit right here. And the defensive end played that sprint out pass very well.
lost the 3, and he's very good.
Yes.
He's as good as the kid from last week.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 2 receivers left and right. John Kell to the right.
So we got 3rd and long here, and this is a really good play call here, and hit Braylon over the middle, and he makes a couple of cuts, and good
nice.
block by Peyton, and get it down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, huge 3rd down conversion, and I like the way we worked the middle of their field. They were so intent upon taking your outside receivers away, they left the middle open, and you all took advantage of it. So, Coach Mike, Coach Hal, seeing things. I don't.
This here, we were out of bounds, and
They let the clock run.
the clock was running, and I called timeout, trying to get the clock stopped, and they go back and change it. The clock shouldn't have been running.
They put about 6 seconds back on, if I'm not mistaken. They ran it back up to about 41 or 42 seconds. Gavin rolls to the right-hand side, looking for a receiver in the end zone, and if you can't drop it in on like a parachute to Zeke, just throw it away.
Yeah.
Which is what he
They
did.
played it well.
Yeah, they did. Roll again to the right-hand side. Go back. I got real excited. I thought we'd cross the goal line.
Yeah.
We were just inside the 5. Davis catches
Good
it.
execution, but Davis hangs on just a little bit longer. The corner never sees him.
Yes. Got out there a little bit too quick.
3rd down, we got a good play call right here, and we just missed the down block.
Yeah.
I think if we make the down block, we can get in the end zone.
So this is going to bring up a field goal situation because it's going to bring up 4th down, and there's about, you called timeout.
Yeah, it was a bad coaching decision by myself. I should have let the clock run down to about 3 seconds and then kicked it. But
So there's 13 seconds left in the half. Hey, Coach, you won 31-7.
Yeah.
We're okay. So
at that point, I didn't really know if we were going to go for the touchdown or kick a field goal, so we had to call timeout and think about it.
But we went for the field goal, 20-yarder, and we do a little line drive squib type kick and just kind of slow them down. And you can see the way they run the ball, how they racked up all those yards rushing throughout the season. But they haven't played a defense like the Black Shirts. And they haven't faced an offensive line like the Mac Daddies. And
So we're in prevent, and our
They run
linebackers do a really good job even in, when we got prevent.
yeah, they can step up there and do a real good job. And we're still getting, and that just epitomized how well our front 3 played. You watch that, we just had 3 down linemen and backed our 3 linebackers off, and we still got a nice push against them.
Yeah, our defensive front, looking at the tape, really played well. I thought they changed the line of scrimmage in our favor.
Yeah, they really did change. We won the line of scrimmage on both sides, and that was a concern going into this game, and now we don't have to be worried about it. We took care of it and let the other teams down the road beware now.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, you weren't going to move, were you? I know that Thanksgiving turkey just sitting in there rolling around, but you just relax, get you your favorite beverage, get you a Daddy-O's donut, and watch the halftime show. We don't have a band this time, but we are going to take a break, and then we'll be back with the second half highlights. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Coach Hal Lamb Show. We had 3 or 4 buses of band members go down to the game. They just didn't march at halftime because a lot of people were on vacation.
Yeah, it was more of a pep band
There you
type situation, and I want to thank Larry Brown and the crew that came
Yes.
down because they really helped our football team.
I will say the Pride of North Georgia, Georgia's Northland Band, is the largest pep band in the state of
Yeah.
Georgia. So we get that distinction too. We had to kick off. They won the coin toss at the beginning of the game, deferred, so they received the second half kickoff.
Great
And,
kick by Elmer right there. We'll take that all day long on the 26-yard line.
Yeah, a little sky kick, handoff. Well, the quarterback decided to keep it, and then that's when the defense catches up. Coach, we're gonna have a lot of stingers after this game.
Yep.
I got tackles for losses everywhere. They came in with around 120, 130 tackles for losses. We came in with 71, somewhere around there, and we got them. We won that battle too. Little flare out here on the left-hand side. He goes in and he goes out, and by the time he goes back out and tries to come back in for the second time, we caught up. Nice job of stringing it.
Yeah, good job on the perimeter by Tripp, and I don't know who our stack linebacker is over there.
I think it was Eric McDonald was out there that time. There, look at that.
There's Brandon Spector again.
Yeah, number 7. The quarterback just thought he was going to run wide.
Great series by our defense. Now we've got to get something going offensively. We try to block this punt here, and they blocked it up pretty good.
They did block it well. 34-yard punt. Braylon's going to down it right there so it doesn't roll anymore. And, Coach, you take a 3 and out every time, turn it over to the pound and shoot offense, won't you?
Yes, we will. We got decent field position here at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take this.
Throw it out here to Luke and get a lot more than 3 or 4. So we got about 7, looks like there.
Up to the 41, 2nd and 3. Yeah, I mean, let's see if they're going to make an adjustment, and they didn't.
No, they did not.
So let's go to it again. Get us a first down.
Get a first down there. So we got two throws for a first down. We're close to midfield.
That's good field position. 2 receivers, left and right. John Kell, running back.
This was a really good run by John Kell.
I thought he made a mistake when he didn't go up north-south, but man, he turned, nice vision.
Yeah, you replay that, and he shows a lot of quickness because there's a linebacker about to hit him, and he makes a really good move to get around him. Again, we'll take 5 right there.
Yeah, excellent decision. They're still not covering that, which they won't the entire game. 2 receivers left, 2 right, and we'll take that extended handoff. Pull the backside lineman, but they're going to get us for illegal procedure. Relatively low, few amount of penalties.
Yeah, I thought the crew was pretty good.
Yeah.
I really did. I like for them to leave them in their pocket most of the night.
Be invisible. 3 receivers right after motion by Nate Bonner. Set up the screen.
Play here too. We just can't get the linebacker blocked.
And that's because they're pretty quick. Trade the tight end to the left-hand side. The old wing T days are coming back.
Yep, and we run the counter backside, and really good run by John Kell for a first down.
John Kell looked like he'd been running the ball all year. He only had 23 carries coming into this game for the season.
Yeah, but he practices a lot, but game situations are not the same as practice.
No,
so
they aren't.
He did a really good job.
Nate Bonner with a nice catch, squeezes out a couple yards on that play.
This is a really good play call by Coach, and hit Drew on a wheel, and he makes a good move to get in the end zone.
Yeah, little wheel route on the left-hand side, touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And Drew Rutledge picks up his, I think his fourth touchdown of the season.
That was a big drive by our offense. Great 3 and out by our defense, and got something going offensively. And, we go up 2 scores, which is very, very big in a game like this.
It's an 8-play, 2-minute and 40-second drive, and yeah, that was huge. You just take a little sting out of them. And they're not even rushing the extra point that hard. And a nice one right through the middle by Elmer Gutierrez. 7:03 left as toe meets leather. Another sky kick. Oh, he didn't call for a fair catch, and I thought we were going to get a real big. I think Colin Baggett was looking for him.
Yeah, I thought we had a chance to get that kick.
Yeah, Colin was going after it.
They coming up with a trick play right here, and I don't know what they were going to do, but they were going to tackle jumped.
Yes.
Because we really worked hard on their trick plays, because I bet in 8 films that we had, I bet 5 games they ran a trick play the very first play of the game.
Very first play of the game?
And they did it against the Norville last year. We had their tape. Very first play of the game, they throw a trick play for a touchdown.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a halfback pass.
Yeah, I did too.
When they first threw that, I said, nah, we stop it anyway. And folks, we're hitting. Look at that. Count them up. There were 7 white shirts around that ball carrier. A lot of gold hats on the ball. And they drop it. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long?
Yes. I thought this was a trick play maybe too. And that was a lateral. He could have thrown the ball.
Yes, he could have.
They throw a flag.
They call holding on the guy on Tripp, but then they called hands to the face mask by Tripp, so it was offsetting and replay the down.
Replay the 3rd down. Good pressure by the front. Quarterback stops, scrambles, breaks a tackle. He's going to get a first down. Get a nice stick there at the end. That was a nice slobber knocker. We posted him, stood him up, and I think that was Colin sticking him at the end. He'll make you pay, won't he?
Yes, he will.
You're getting a lot of experience. They finally got the right running back onto the field. Big pressure from the outside.
That's Eric McKnight.
Yep.
Good job by Eric.
Forced an incomplete pass. Brings up fourth in a punting situation from their 42. So, Coach, they've had the ball twice in the second half and gotten one first down. They thought that hit our man, but it didn't.
Yeah.
The coach was yelling on the side, run, run, run. Now we're in good field position at the 35.
Throw it out here and give them a little different look on the stack, and again we get 5. Got to get it north and south right there.
Yeah, Luke plants that foot and gets north. I think he gets by that guy and he doesn't grab his jersey. 3 receivers left. Statue of Liberty to the right-hand side to the bug. Peyton.
A little reverse. I would like to have got a few more yards, but that safety made a really good play.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 1. Here's the experience of John Kell. He just, 3rd and 1, we got to stick our nose in there and get the first down, and you can't bounce it against this crowd.
No.
He's got the first down if he sticks it up in there, and you can't bounce it against this crowd.
No, we kept saying during the game, particularly in the second half, don't go looking for that bounce thing that you put in the dryer to make your clothes smell good. We're not bouncing tonight. Just get up there and get dirty. You got to get nasty. And once again, decent rush.
Yeah, we've got to work on our punt team. They had too much pressure on us. This was almost dangerous here.
But we reacted to it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to sneak a return in and take it to the sidelines, and we don't like their speed. We don't like them getting out and ahead of us, do we? All right, so 1st and 10, they've got great field position, but watch what the black shirts do. C.J. Fuller making a dog pile in the middle, and C.J.'s already got 1 fumble recovery for the game. He's filling up the stat sheet again. Quarterback runs a sweep to the right-hand side. See, this formation worked for them in the second quarter.
Yes.
And then they went away from it.
Yes, they did.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, a lot of times in the first half, they had 3 backs back there. They had a slot and 2 backs and a quarterback.
Right.
So.
And they were getting some yardage. But obviously they didn't like running that.
They throw a flare out here on 3rd down and about 4, and good tackle by Eric McKnight. Good swarming defense there. Our kids do a really good job of running to the ball and reacting to the ball.
He grabbed a hold of that 1,800-yard rusher's ankle and held on and didn't let go. Forced him to punt. And they kicked. Word must be getting around the state that Braylon's pretty good at returning punts because everybody's kicking away from him. So we get it 1st and 10 at our 15-yard line. 36 seconds left at the 3rd quarter. We dropped the ball, but we come up with it.
Fellas, they did a good job defending the screen, so it's 2nd and 10.
Yes, it is. They ended up calling that an incomplete pass.
Yes, they did. Throw it out here to Braylon and gets about probably 4, maybe.
Yeah, let's give him 4.
So it brings up a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Which we will complete in the beginning of the
Fourth quarter.
4th quarter. So we flip ends of the field. This drive started at our 15 with 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
This is a really good job by Gavin. The left side of the field's not open, and he finds Nate for a big first down.
Coach, he checked down well all night.
Yep.
And that is because the Mac Daddies gave him time too.
That's right.
But that's nice. That was just an excellent play. 1st and 10 for the Jackets from our 37-yard line. Hand off to John Kell. Stick your nose up in there. He does. Gets a couple yards.
That front 5 is very difficult to run against. They really are. Now they've got 6 in the box.
Yes, they do.
They started stunting a lot on us the second half.
Yep.
I tell you, if we can get this ball off, Luke's going to run a long way.
That was a nice catch by Luke.
Yes.
I thought when Gavin was throwing it, he was dumping it, throwing it away, and then all of a sudden I'd look up and there's Luke going to his shins and kept catching that ball.
So it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Gavin had a couple black shirts breathing down his neck.
Yeah, they stunted, and we didn't pick it up very well.
Well, they bring 4 and bring 2 extras.
We got a tight end in the game. Great 3rd down catch by Nate. Again, we have some key 3rd down conversions in this game.
Big conversion guy in this game. Blocking well, catching the big passes. Give it to John Kell. Tries to get it outside, get it to midfield.
It's tough to get outside versus that crowd. Number 5, I know you can't see his jersey number, but he's a defensive end on this side. He's about 240, and he's a really, really good player.
There you go. Burst on the left-hand side. Big hole by the
There
Mac
we go.
Daddies. Andrew Clements and Josh Hales. Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, John Kell's quick. We've seen it all the time from the cornerback position.
Yep. They're losing their identity on defense now. They're putting 2 linebackers in the box, and they're stunting almost every snap because they feel it getting away from them.
Yep. They feel this game sliding away. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. They're coming on every down. Just a little bit low on a deep down and out to the right-hand side.
So another 3rd down.
Tried to find Porter on that play.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 3rd and about 3, maybe.
Yes.
Good run by John Kell. Get it down to the 1.
It's going to be 1st and goal.
Or 2 or 3, I can't tell.
Well,
that's a bad spot.
I thought it was a 2. They ended up putting it on a 3, I believe. Handed John Kell on the right-hand side. He punches it in for a touchdown. Referee's a little slower than JC and I on calling that touchdown. JC knew it was a touchdown. He ran right behind JC. So now you're starting to breathe a little bit better, aren't you?
Yeah, now it's a 3-score game, and we're feeling much better, especially with the way our defense is playing.
That was John Kell's 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. Zane McCracken snapping, Porter Law holding, and Elmer Gutierrez kicking it through the uprights. It's good, and the Jackets are on top. 24-7 with 7:15 left. Coach, that was a 12-play, 85-yard drive.
Pretty impressive, and we had some really key 3rd down conversions, too.
4:45 plus 36, that's over a 5-minute drive, Coach. Kickoff to them. Slowing down.
That's Greg Carr.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
I don't know how we didn't get that ball.
Tyler Putnam tried to jump on it. It was like a greased pig at a county fair. Couldn't grab that puppy. We looked like we had it. I was yelling on the
We
air.
had 5 white shirts around it.
I thought we had it. There's a halfback pass. They finally pulled out a trick play, and nice coverage here.
Yeah, very good coverage by Braylon.
Had double coverage. If he'd have thrown the ball just a hair short, I think Brandon would have picked that up.
Mm-hmm.
3 receivers left. Quarterback scrambling. Rolls to the right-hand side.
There we go.
That's it. Hit him.
Good pressure by our front 3, and there's Davis waiting on him.
And Bryce Craig says, well, I rushed him. I think I'll go over and hit him again one more time. Just let him know I was rushing him on that play. Quarterback keeps it, runs a sweep to the left-hand side, and we're doing a nice job right now, Coach.
Yes, we are. So it's 4th down here, I think.
Yes.
Is this where they're going to go for, or is it 3rd down?
This is, we're at the 37. I got to catch up on my sheet. This is 4th down.
Yep. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, this is where we recovered the fumble.
Yep. They decided, because
I mean, we stopped them anyway, but it's nice to get a fumble recovery.
when they snapped that ball, there was about 5.5 minutes left, and they knew that if they give the ball up on a punt again, they might never get it back. So they turn it over, and CJ, 2nd fumble recovery.
Yes.
So we hand it to John Kell.
And again, that's just inexperience. He
Yeah.
got hit that up inside.
Yeah. You got to hit it inside Josh's hips, and he gets some positive yards. 2 receivers to the right. And we got us a 24-7 lead, and we're really interested. We took over with 5:15 left. We're really interested in running this clock out.
Mm-hmm.
But now we need a first down.
We can't run it, obviously, so we throw a deep ball to one-on-one over there with Luke, and from the sideline, it looked like the kid picked it off, and then lo and behold, Luke goes in the end zone.
The kid went up to knock the ball down and went right through his hands like a touchdown signal by the referee and landed right in Luke's belly.
Yeah.
That's Luke's 11th touchdown reception of the season. That is Gavin's 30th touchdown pass of the season. So we got an extra point coming from the snap by Zane McCracken out of the hold of Porter Law and the kick by Elmer Gutierrez. And Coach, you're really breathing easy right now.
Yes. Well, we got this thing in the bag, as you would say.
Yeah, we put her in the book. I think at that time I'm talking about the proverbial nail going into the proverbial coffin. I said, what the heck, let's just make them real nails. It's over. 3:41 left. We're going to kick off to him. Little line drive squibber goes off his hands, which is good. He's buying some time. They pick up the ball. They fumble it. They got it. He doesn't know where to go. What do I do? I'm just going to get surrounded by white shirts. Hit him hard. They get it at about the 38. Right now, all we want to do is keep him in front of us, don't we?
Yes. We don't want to give them any hope.
Nope. 3:32 left as they start this series. We're up 31-7.
Bryce Craig, very good job reading his keys.
Yeah. And the offensive line is starting to wear down for Liberty County. But you notice the pep in the step by our guys.
They're looking forward to that 5-hour ride back with a victory.
I told them they wouldn't even, I told some fans on the call-in show, I said they wouldn't even mind if it was 7 or 8 hours. I said they'll sleep part of it, but they're pretty wired up right now. You got home about what time?
We got home at 3:45.
Not too bad.
No.
We took our time coming home, stopped a couple times just to make sure the cold air was blowing on Ken and I's faces as we were driving home. All right, this forces them to punt, which I didn't. I was kind of surprised they punted, but I think they knew the game was over.
Yeah, at this point.
By the time we down this ball after a 40-yard punt, which is the kid's best punt of the night, there's a minute 17 left, and we're going to go into our victory formation.
Well, we talked about putting our twos in, but then we thought, let's just, don't take a chance on anybody getting hurt. Let's take a victory and go to the house.
Best move by the white hat all year. He stands right next to our quarterback while we do victory snaps to make sure there's no going on.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I thought the crew was very good.
Yeah.
I've really seen a referee do that. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, it was smart. We stood right there, and he deliberately took his time, setting the clock so we only had to do one more snap, and they controlled the game. This game started off with a little at the beginning,
yes,
but you didn't see a bunch of personal fouls, and I thought the referees did a good job managing it.
Yeah, I thought the crew was really good. They threw the flags they needed to throw. They missed a couple. Every crew's going to miss a couple here and there, but I thought they did a good job. Didn't even realize that they were out there, to be honest with you. So that's the way it should be in the playoffs or any game, really.
That's the way it should be. So congratulations on your 10th consecutive appearance into the Elite Eight, so you get a victory. There was a little talk around the state about this Yellow Jacket team not traveling well and playing well on the road. I think we answered that question.
Yeah, we really hadn't had that opportunity very much. We've been fortunate to play at home a lot. So,
you win so many games that you seldom get on the road.
Yep.
You always got home field, and you've been a good coin tosser in the past.
Yeah, not this year.
Well, the GHSA took it out of our hands, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was a great win for us. I referred to the Brooks County game before the game. This could be one of them games you remember the rest of your life. And luckily, it didn't come to a Brooks County game.
Right.
But I thought our kids played well, and I told them if I go out and do what they do and don't make a whole lot of mistakes, it could turn into not a blowout, but a convincing win, and that's what happened.
We'll understate it and say it was a very convincing win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a nice job. Gavin Gray, 31 for 38, about 300 yards passing. John Keltauber comes in and rushes for about 60 yards. Mac Daddies did a great job against their defensive line, particularly in the second half when we controlled the ball. He had 2 80-plus yard drives.
Well, I think the strength of their defense was definitely their defensive front. So all the work that the offensive line put in, that was going to be the key, where we're going to be able to run the ball, where we're going to be able to protect. And I thought our offensive line did a really good job.
Except for one play in the game, the black shirt defense tosses a shutout.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, very good by our defense.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and mark out some plays of the game. We're going to look at some stingers when we come back. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back to the Coach Hal Lamb Show, and we're going to take a look at the plays of the game, the stingers, and we had to do a lot of culling down defensively. Jeez Louise. All right, here we go. Our first one's going to be a defensive stinger. Ball's loose on the ground.
Fumble recovery by C.J. Fuller.
Colin Baggett putting some pressure from the backside, causing that fumble. He just raked that guy's arms.
Yep, nice job.
We're going to have another defensive play. Double wing to the right-hand side.
This is a tackle for loss by Trip Hobletzel. Really good job. Got about a 5-yard loss there.
Did a good job of getting in there. Now, this is where they're used to bouncing the play offensively and getting a big gain.
Not against number 3.
No. Comes in there and wipes out that. Good job by Brandon Spector getting another one. And, folks, we had several of these tackles for losses we could have used. We could have kept you here for another 15 minutes.
Big field goal by Elmer here. Good snap by Zane McCracken. Good hold by Porter Law.
Had a nice drive there at the end of the first half. We couldn't punch it in for a touchdown. Elmer bailed us out with a 3-pointer. And I believe this is going to be our third down pass play.
Yep, big third down conversion here.
To Braylon Barton.
Yep.
And then he does a lot of work on his own. Nice seal block out there by Peyton. He gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line, which is, this preceded Elmer's field goal.
Yep. And then we got we run Drew in motion, hit him on a wheel route for a touchdown. Great execution.
Yeah, he left some shoelaces on the field there with that offensive move. Little fake left, go right. Touchdown for Drew Rutledge. That culminated a big drive.
That put us up, I think that put us up 17-7, which was a 2-score.
Yes, it was.
And this put us up 24-7 with this touchdown run by John Kell Talbert.
John Kell Talbert comes into this game, Coach, with 23 carries for the season. He ends up gaining around 60 yards rushing, picks up a second rushing touchdown. That's a nice way to end the game.
Yep.
We end up winning 31-7. So, lots of stats put up by the offense. It turned out to be a lot bigger offensive production night than you thought it would be, particularly when you're watching through the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, it did. You know, we knew going in that we were going to throw the ball against them because it was going to be difficult to get some rushing yards. But we ran the ball a little better than I thought we would, to be honest with you. I think we wore them down in the second half. But it was a good offensive performance, especially in the second half, and defensively it was the entire game.
The entire game. And I thought in the middle of the third quarter you could see some juice going out of their legs. When we got up 17-7 and then when we got up 24-7, you could put it in a book, fire up the cheese wagons, and get them back to their house.
I think we went up 2 scores that they're sitting over there saying, well, we're not going to score against their defense unless we get a fluke play or something. And I felt like they knew it was over when we went up 24-7 for sure.
Well, we're on the road again because of the GHSA's rule. They do the generic flip, and when you look at a playoff bracket, folks, the top part of the bracket is the home team. When you have 2 seeded teams that are the same seed matched up in a game, of course, we're number 1 seed. Cedar Grove is number 1 seed from Region 5. They're number 1 or number 2 in the state. We're number 4. They're undefeated. We only have 1 loss. We're going to DeKalb County.
Yeah, you know, they're a really good football team, obviously. You know, I don't think anybody's scored more than 14 points on them, so really, really good defensively. Now, offensively, they're good. You know, they don't have the big quarterback that they had last year. I hadn't looked at a whole lot of tape yet, but they're not going to throw it as well as they did last year. And they still run the ball, and they still got the wide out that's going to Georgia. That's all world. So
Mr. Hazelwood.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to not let him beat us. But, you know, they're a good football team, and nobody's really come close to them this year. So our goal is to try to get in the fourth quarter and make it a close game and win it in the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't put anything past our kids. We're playing well right now, and we're going to go down there and we're going to put a game plan together and see what happens. You know, I think AAA is the only, you know, classification that is we got 4.
The top 4.
Top 4 number 1 seeds going at it, which I thought would be like that, but there hasn't been an upset at all in playoffs in Class AAA like they have been in other classifications. So it is what it is. We thought this would be the case, and we're going to put a plan together, and we need a big crowd down in DeKalb County for sure.
We think it's going to be at Panthersville Stadium, where the game's going to be held. There's only 1 set of bleachers. It's just bleachers are on one side of the field, so I'm sure they'll have a designated area for the home and the visitors. Unless something changes in the next couple of days, that's where the game's going to be at Panthersville Stadium, so you obviously can pull it up on your favorite internet device and get directions.
Yeah, it's Panthersville Stadium. They do have AstroTurf. And, you know, it's only about, I pulled it up last night, it's only about an hour and 15 minutes from here. So, I mean, that's not counting traffic or anything. It'll be longer on Friday afternoon, I promise you. But, you know, we're ready to go. It's the Final Four, and you know, it's another step in our goal, and hopefully we can go down there and play well and have a chance to win late.
You have 2 or 3 goals you begin every season with. You know, get through the non-region games healthy, win the region, win state, and I know that's your goal. I think there's a lot of people in the state are surprised that you're here in the semifinals again, which is the 9th time since 2005 that we've been in the semifinals.
Yeah, you know, we knew we had a great shot because we like our football team.
There you go.
These kids are playing well, and they're playing together. You know, we're probably not the most talented team left, but we like our team, we like our chemistry, and we're going to put a plan together and go fight them for 4 quarters and see what happens.
It's not necessarily the number of 4-star and 5-star kids you have. It's the teams that achieve a lot of success are the teams that like each other and play well together, and this team is doing that.
Yeah, we're peaking at the right time.
There
We started out we played well against Dalton, but played bad against Cartersville, and then we kind of regrouped and you know, ran the table since. So we're playing well. We just got to continue. You know, we're still making some mistakes that we can't make in this game Friday if we have a chance to win. We're going to have to get better in a few areas, but we like our team, we like our chemistry, and we're going to see it. We're going to see what happens.
Common theme here at Calhoun. Softball team peaked at the right time. The competition cheer squad peaked at the right time, and it looks to me like this football team is peaking at the right time.
Yeah, we've got to make some big first downs. We've got to stop some big first downs. We can't give the big play up to Hazelwood, and we got to stop them from making long runs. And I'm anxious to see a lot of tape today. It's going to be a long day for us.
Hazelwood's the deal. We got to keep him from making plays.
Yes.
Hey, folks, thanks for watching. And I know you want to watch the Boys of Fall any number of times, so go to CalhounTDClub.com and you'll be able to do that and pull it up. We'd like to thank our director, Manuel Fitz, our audio engineer, Randall Forster, and our floor director, the ever-present and efficient Phoebe Jude. Thank you for watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show. We'll see you next week.